Aquarius, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for I don't know when and I don't know where and what or anything, because I'm having a lot of problems with Wi-Fi, technical things, everything else. You don't want to know that. All I want to tell you is I'm recording this now and I'm going to have it out to you as soon as I possibly can. So just know that I can't put a date or a time or anything on this, but I'm just going to get on with your reading right now. So the first card you have your past is the Five of Cups. Okay, so this is obviously really heavy. This is going to, I can see this is going to be quite a heavy reading. So yeah, there's a separation. I'm seeing a separation between you, and this is between you and someone who you might not have been around physically that much. I think you were at the beginning, but then later on I think maybe it became something distant physically, but you were still in touch a lot. And I think I don't know whether someone got the wrong impression of you or they took something the wrong way. But there was some separation there. I'm not seeing a big falling out. I'm not seeing you suddenly cutting ties or anything like that. What I am seeing is this is very, very slow. So I think maybe they actually slowly froze you out or something like that. It's something really horrible like that. I really actually hope this isn't resonating with you, but it's really horrible. Yeah, what I'm seeing is this is gradual. This is like someone gradually distancing themselves from you. And I don't think they gave you a warning. They might not have given you a warning or a reason or anything at all. Yeah, if this is resonating, this is really, really, really horrible, really bad on their part. You know, I think it's really cruel to do that to someone without at least hearing them out. You know, maybe they didn't want to go through a big conversation with you, but there's no excuse. They owed you an explanation. They owed that to you. So it might even be that you don't know what you've done even now, or you might not have done anything. You probably didn't. I don't know. But I think you were sensing that something wasn't quite right. Or something wasn't quite the same for a while. I think there was a little bit of a feeling like something's not quite the same, but you weren't expecting this. You absolutely weren't. And yeah, you might have had a few other indications that they're a little bit like this. There were some times when they were a little bit off with you and things like that, but there was no way you could have predicted this or seen this coming at all. No way. So yeah, I know you can't see this now, especially if you're going through all of this right now. If you are, you know, you're probably feeling all sorts of overwhelming feelings. You might not even be able to think logically at this time. If the feelings are overwhelming you, if you're still in the middle of this thing. But, you know, I think when you do look back at this, you'll be able to see a lot of patterns in their behaviour that you weren't recognising at the time. You know, I'm not saying, oh, you should have seen this coming, you know, you should have seen the signs. I'm not saying that at all. There's no way that you could have seen any of this coming. But there are things that, you know, you can only see these things when you look back. So all I can say is I really, really hope you're over the worst of this, if this is resonating. And I just really hope you're able to look at this objectively now, and you're able to look back on this now. That's all I can really hope for you. But most of all, I hope it isn't resonating, because it's a really horrible, horrible situation. So the next card you have for your past is Justice. So yeah, I'm just looking at these two cards together, a Five of Cups and the Justice card. And from what I'm seeing, it looks as if they are going to eventually come back and connect with you. You know, there's a bridge there, and this card can be about things being revealed with this curtain behind this woman. So, but yeah, this is a bit strange. I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing this person coming back, but then sort of acting as if nothing's wrong, which is really horrible. So, yeah, I'm not seeing them just coming back and saying, hey, how are you? You know, as if nothing's happened. But when they do connect again, obviously, you're going to want to talk about the past. You're going to want to say, you know, ask them what happened and why they did this and all of that kind of thing. And I think they might try to sort of just brush it under the carpet or something like that. You know, you're going to want justice. You're going to want to know what the truth is. That's what justice is about, finding the truth. So you're going to be like, what's the truth? What happened? What's wrong with you? Why did you do this? And, you know, I hate to say this, but I don't think they're going to give you a proper answer at all. They're not, no matter what you do. So, you know, the thing is, you're a fair person, you're a reasonable person, and I think you probably would have heard what they had to say in a fair way if they had have come and explained things to you. But I don't think they are. I don't think they're going to be open with you. Yeah, they're going to be closed, completely closed off. I really hate this for you, especially if you're still in the middle of this, in the middle of your emotions. But, you know, I have to tell you what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. And, you know, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I really hope you end it here, actually. I really hope this is the end of you and this person, because they owe you an explanation. They really do. And if you're not going to get one from them, I think you probably should just move on. It's really not worth it. I know that's a bit blunt, but this kind of thing makes me really angry. If people are unhappy with you, if they think you've done something wrong, they should come and tell you. I mean, that's just a basic polite thing to do, you know, really. Anyway, so the last card you have, your past, is death. Okay. So yeah, here we are. This is what this card's telling you. Move on from this person. Put it to death, move on to a new phase of your life. So yeah, I agree, because if what I'm seeing here is correct, firstly, they just walked off without saying anything, and you're not getting any explanation from them. And if you did decide to connect again, I think you'd probably just be looking over your shoulder all the time, wondering when they'll do it again. Or even worse, you might end up walking on eggshells just in case you do something they don't like again, which you don't know what it is because they won't tell you. And, you know, no one deserves to live like that. No one deserves to live. It's a horrible way to live. You don't deserve that. So I know you probably do miss them. I know you probably miss their conversations. I think you are missing that feeling that you had when you were with them, talking to them, around them. And I know that I've been through a similar thing myself. You know they're horrible. You know they've done a horrible thing to you, but you just miss talking to them. You just miss being around them. You just miss those daily conversations that kind of become a habit when you're close to someone. So you're not going to find that exact same thing in someone else. You're really not, because there are no two people alike. We're all unique individuals, and you might not want to hear this now if you're emotional, but there are other unique individuals out there, and they can bring you new thoughts, new feelings, and they can probably bring you better ones than this person gave you. They really, really can. They're not going to hurt you like this person. So, you know, just know that there is someone else out there, a different, unique person who's probably better than this person. They're not going to be the same. You're not going to get exactly the same feelings again, because, you know, no two people are alike. But you'll get some different feelings, and you'll get some beautiful feelings again from a new person. And you probably can't see this now if you're going through the worst of this. I know. If you're going through all these emotions, you're probably thinking, I don't even want to talk to anyone now. I don't care. I just miss that feeling back. I don't want the person back, but I miss the feeling. I understand that. But you will get through this, just know that. And there will be other people who are even better than this person for you. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have your present is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so if this is all resonating with you, again, you're going to be confused for a while. You're going to be upset, like you are now probably. You're probably going to be going over and over all these things in your mind, asking yourself why. That's perfectly normal. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't give yourself a time limit. Don't say, oh, I should be over this now. I shouldn't be feeling like this now. Don't be angry with yourself. There's nothing you could have done. There's nothing wrong with you. You're a very, very, very special, very unique person. You feel things very deeply. That's why you're so hurt. You give a lot to people. That's why you're really feeling this. Someone else deserves that from you, and you deserve something beautiful from someone else. You're someone who was just left in the dark, like the man on this card. None of that's your fault. And this is a card of illusions. And I think what you had with this person, now you're realizing, sadly, is or was an illusion. I'm sorry to say that. You know, you might be thinking, was it real? Were their feelings real? Yes, some of them were real. Yes, some of the things they said were true, but not everything. Some of it was an illusion. I hate to tell you that. That's what I'm seeing. You don't want an illusion back. You do not want that back. You want reality. You want someone real. You want someone who's going to treat you with respect. So I know this is really specific so far, but this is what I'm really seeing. This is what I'm feeling. So I have to say this. So if you're not going through this, good. I'm really glad you're not. Someone needs to hear this. So yeah, you do not want an illusion back. You might feel as if you do when you're going through these feelings, but you don't. That's what I'm seeing, and I just have to tell you that. I know that's blunt. So the next card you have for your present is the Six of Cups. I love this card. This is beautiful. So again, this can be about reunions. I can't say the word reunions. So this is another indication that this person's probably going to come and connect with you again. I think they most probably are. If they haven't already, they might have already. Okay, so just putting that aside, you know they're going to do this. You know what I think about that, and you know what I think you should do when they do. Okay. So the other thing here is, this might sound a little bit trivial or silly, but if this is what you're going through, I think this is what you're really, really going to need. Now, this can be about family, visiting family. Now, I don't think you get along with every single person in your family, but there is someone who loves you unconditionally, I think. Now, they might not be a family, they might be a friend, but this is someone who's very, very, very close to you. They love you no matter what. Now, they might not understand everything about you and your life. They might not understand exactly what you're going through in this situation. But the thing is, you can be yourself with them. So if you know who this person is, and if this is all resonating, this is what you need to do. You just need to be with someone who you can just be yourself with for a while, go into a safe place where you can just be yourself, wear some old clothes maybe, eat some comfort food, just be around someone who loves you unconditionally, and someone who wants to take care of you, someone who doesn't mind if you start crying, if you look crazy, if you go on and on and on about whatever this is, if you talk about them for hours, they're not going to mind. Find that person. Doesn't have to be family, it might be a friend, could be anyone. Anyone you feel totally comfortable with, go and spend some time with that person. Just lie on their sofa and go to sleep if you need to, or whatever. Just be with someone who you can be yourself with. Now, if you think to yourself, oh, there's no one who I can be myself with. Now, I know, I understand that. I totally understand that. Don't think, oh, I'm a loser. I don't have anyone who I can really, really be like that with. You know what? I don't have anyone like that. So what you need to do is you just need to nurture yourself. Spend some time with yourself. Go and turn on Netflix. Find something you really, really love to see. Maybe something funny even, something silly, something stupid. Go and watch that. Eat your favourite food. Lie down. Just comfort yourself. Just do that for yourself. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the last card you have your present is the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, this is telling me that you're amazing, actually. So just know that you're amazing, because this is showing me that you've still carried on with your work, you've still carried on with your job, even when you've been going through this emotional thing, if this is resonating with you, obviously. So I think there were probably times in your work when you might have been on autopilot a bit, and there were probably times when you needed to just go off by yourself somewhere. But you've been so strong when it comes to your work, amazingly strong. That's what I'm seeing in this card. I think you might still be working on something in your workplace. You might be at the end of something. I'm seeing a great big project, a great big thing. And it's probably taken a lot of time, this thing, and you're just kind of almost getting to the end of this. Now, yeah, you need to be really proud of yourself. I'm seeing that again. If you're going through these emotional problems and you haven't let this affect your work, you're amazing, because I'm the opposite. If I have emotions, it's obvious. Everyone knows it, whether it's anger, crying, whatever, they know. Anyway, this isn't about me, so yeah, there might have been times when you were just feeling as if you weren't doing a good enough job, and you know, you were just kind of going through the motions a few times in your work. That's understandable. That's absolutely fine. Don't be hard on yourself. But if this is what you've been thinking, you were doing way, way better than you thought you were. I'm actually seeing some kind of reward at the end of this. It might be a financial reward because this is Pentacles. It might be some other kind of recognition. I think it probably is financial. And when this is all finished, you'll probably get whatever this is. It's going to come to you and it's going to come to other people around you as well. So it's like a joint thing, I think. But you deserve this. You deserve this. You really, really do. You've gotten through these hard things. You've pulled yourself together. You've still been working. You've still been carrying through everything. So you really do deserve this. Don't think for a moment that you don't. So the first card you have for your future is the King of Wands. Okay, so this is the time, I think, when you're going to start to get a bit of your energy back. I don't think you're going to be feeling 100% yet. That's going to take a long time, I think. You're still going to have a lot of thoughts going around and around in your head, a little bit like this king. You know, if you look at this card, there's a salamander behind his head, or a lizard behind his head, and it's kind of turning around and around in circles, and you know, it's right behind his head. So what that's saying to me is his mind is kind of still turning around and around in circles, a bit muddled. So you're probably going to have a lot of thoughts still about this person, feelings about them popping up in your head, going around in your head. I'm seeing that you're probably also going to experience flashes of memories of this person coming into your head, maybe flashes of memories of times you had together, things they said, music coming to your head that reminds you of them, all kinds of things. It's not going to be great. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be great. And I think when this all happens to you, don't suddenly start to think, oh, why am I getting these feelings again? Why am I getting these memories? Why are they coming back? Am I going backwards emotionally? Am I going back? You know, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Don't ever think that. It doesn't mean you're going backwards. It doesn't mean that at all. This is just your brain gradually releasing things. It's a little bit like, I'll try and explain this. I know that this is probably going to sound a bit silly, but this is the only way I can kind of think of to explain this. It's a little bit like you have these little filing cabinets in your brain, and some of these memories and these thoughts aren't any use to you anymore. So it's like your brain cleaning out the filing cabinet, getting rid of these. So as each thing's released that you don't need anymore, it's popping up in your head. Now, just because it's being released doesn't mean it's going to disappear forever. It'll probably pop up in your head a few times until your brain's ready to kind of get rid of it totally. And so the reason why they're being released now and not earlier on, when you're first going through the very first difficult throes of this and the emotions, and the reason why they're being released now is because your emotions, your inner self and all of that wouldn't have been ready with these things at that time. You just wouldn't have been able to cope with all of these things. But now you can. So that's telling you, this is an indication to you that you're further along in the process. You're making progress. So this is a good thing. So when you have these memories come into your head, songs come into your head, and you get a little bit sad again and all of that, and it's inevitable. This is going to happen. Don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going backwards again. Think to yourself, okay, I'm going through this process. This is my little filing cabinet. It's getting rid of all the old things I don't want anymore. And to get rid of all the old things, it's like, you know, when you sort out an old cupboard or a drawer and you go through things and you go, do I need that? And you look at each thing and you go, yes, I need that. I'll keep that. And you look at the next thing. You go, do I want that? No, I'll throw that away. And you look at the next thing. That's what your brain's doing. So just think of it as that. Think of it as a process. And because they're coming up in your head, it's because you're working through that process. That's what I'm seeing there. I hope that doesn't sound crazy, because it's a little bit crazy, but that's the only way I could kind of explain that to you. So the next card you have for your future is Strength. Okay, so yeah. The end of this work project, this is about this work project. Now, I'm seeing a few frustrations about this actually. You are nearly at the end of this, and the end of this isn't going to be easy, let's say. So I'm just preparing you for this. I'm not giving you a negative thing. This is what I'm preparing you for. Now, there are going to be a lot of problems. I'm seeing some logistical problems. I'm seeing human problems. I'm seeing someone being a bit late with something and that kind of messes everything up. I think there might be a few bad tempers around this as well, so just brace yourself for that. And I think you might be tempted to lose your temper as well. But I think you're going to stop yourself. I think you're going to stop yourself in time before you kind of look a bit silly in front of everyone else. I wouldn't be able to stop myself. I would look like a complete fool, as I usually do, in front of everyone. So, but you're not like that. So yeah, this project is going to come to an end. It might be a little bit late, but you'll see this through. You'll come to the end. And again, there is going to be a very good result, and also you are going to get this reward at the end of this. So if you're going through this right now, this frustration, this bad temper, this kind of everything seems to be going wrong, just know that you'll get through this, you'll get to the end. Might be a bit late, but it'll be over with. It'll be over with and you'll get a reward. So just remember that if you're going through this right now. So the last card you have for your future is the King of Cups. So okay, so this might sound a bit silly, it might sound a bit trivial. You might think, why is this in the reading? This is nothing. It's not nothing. This is something that's going to lead you to a new, not a new life, not a new world. It's not that huge, but it's going to lead you to a whole new group of people, and you're probably going to get some really, really good long-term friends out of this thing. So what I'm seeing here is this King of Cups is a little bit creative, or not a little bit, he's very creative. He's the creative king. So I think you might be doing something creative. It's some kind of creative project. And I think this is going to be really good, almost like a therapy for you as well, because I think you're going to be directing a lot of your emotions into this project. So it's really, really good. It's a really good use of your emotions, a really good outlet. Now, I think this is going to lead you to some other people who might be interested in this same creative thing as you. Now, in the beginning, you're not going to be sharing any of this, I don't think. I think you're going to be keeping this to yourself. For example, if it's painting, if it's photography, whatever it is, you're going to be, if it's singing, music, anything, you're going to be doing this completely on your own. This king's on an island. He's completely by himself. He's surrounded by water. No one's there. So that's how you're going to start off. And then gradually you're going to open this up to the world. And I think when you do that, that's when these new people are going to come in. That's when you're going to open up to these new people, creative people. And that's how you're going to make these new friends. And I think you are going to make, I'm seeing two specific people who are probably going to be long-term friends of yours that are going to come out of this. So this is going to bring you, it sounds trivial. Oh, are you going to do a little creative thing like a painting? No, it's not trivial, because you're going to have an outlet for your emotions. You're going to use it to create something productive. Plus, you're going to gain, you're going to get some more confidence because you're going to show people this, which is very brave to do. And you're going to gain some friends. So it's going to be really fantastic for you. So that's what I'm seeing there at the end. So Aquarius, I hope this resonated, especially the end, not the beginning, maybe the end. But as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you like to do. And thank you for watching.